this match, and more excited the fact that now we're in the knockout rounds. We're not playing pool play anymore. These girls are not messing around. This is to get to the semifinals. Remember, the winner of this match will take on Talita and Larissa. So this is everything on the line. I am fired up to see it. Two of the best teams, of course, April Ross. Some are saying the best player in the world right now. Definitely the most physical player. This is going to be an interesting one.
The FIVB World Tour Finals, quarterfinal number 2, an all-North American challenge. The United States of America's April Ross and Lauren Fendrick go up against Canada's finest, Heather Bansley and Sarah Pavan. The winner of this match will go through to the semi-finals. Olympic champion Dame Blanton has been watching most of the pool play and the first quarter-final here today. Dame, this promises to be a real duel between the best of North America, with Canada getting the first point on the board.
And this is what we expected, you know, the number 1 seed in the tournament, Lauren Fendrick and April Ross, versus the number 3 team from Canada, Heather Bansley and Sarah Pavan. Pavan, one of the best blockers in the world, of course, at 6'5". She's already got 1 block here early in set number 1 for the first point. Watching that stat is going to be huge, and Bansley in the backcourt, you can't say enough about her. One of the best defenders all over the court. She's got a great serve that mesmerizes the defense, as we saw right there with an ace. So already an ace and a block for Team Canada.
Good deep serve from Bansley. April Ross fighting. Fendrick just gets the ball over. Pavan sets for Bansley, successful at the net. Canada go 3 clear.
Yeah, if you're wondering how these two teams got to this point, Lauren Fendrick and April Ross went 3-1 in pool. They got 2nd place in their pool. Bansley and Pavan went 2-2 in Pool B, so they got 3rd place. So this is number 2 in Pool A versus number 3 in Pool B, and the winner will advance to play the Brazilians, who have already advanced to the semifinal.
Oh, this is a flying start for Canada. Now 4 clear. Heather Bansley really enjoying her service play.
Well, 2 service aces already for Bansley and 1 block for Pavan. So they are really exploiting their strengths early on.
Game serving to Fendrick. Now on the attack for the USA. Pavan sets the ball up for Bansley. Oh, and again the flag stays down, and Bansley's having a flying start. The score tells the story, 5-0 to Canada. Fendrick and Ross need to wake up here.
Yeah, this is pretty crazy right now. The fact that Canada has run off 5 straight points to start this thing off. Maybe a timeout is warranted from Team USA, but they're going to hang in there.
Service confidence is growing. Oh, look at how April Ross has to dig so deep in the sand, and finally the USA get a point on the board. Fantastic dig and save there from the service from April Ross, of course. Her partner, Kerry Walsh-Jennings, still out with the shoulder injury, as is the partner of Lauren Fendrick. Sweat, G2, out with injury. I think it's a good idea to put these 2 players together for this Swatch Beach Volleyball FIVB World Tour Final.
It's a good team. I mean, there's a lot of chemistry there. Lauren Fendrick, a really great blocker, and April Ross, you know, you really can't say enough about her. She's had to face a lot of adversity with partner switches this year. She started off with Kerry Walsh. Kerry Walsh had the shoulder separation. She had to switch up. She played with Jen Fatma. She won tournaments with her. Then she almost won a tournament with Kerry Walsh, playing basically with 1 arm, and now she's with Lauren Fendrick. And look at the power. She's so physical all over the court. Lauren Fendrick and her won the AVP event in Huntington Beach just a few weeks ago. So by playing with all of these partners, it's really elevated her game and really showcased her game to give her an idea of what she can really do. Sometimes if you play with the same partner all the time, you get stuck in a rut and doing the same things, but when you're switching partners, you're forced to really see what you can do, and April Ross has really blossomed in this 2015 season. There's an ace serve. The bottom drops out of it, and Pavan cannot handle it. You know, Pavan's 6'5". That short serve is effective because she's got to reach down so far to pass it.
Oh, that's a good shot from Pavan off the left hand as well. Looked to be going deep, but not the case. Right on the line. 4 points clear Canada, 7-3. Here he comes again in slow motion.
Nice court awareness by Pavan, pinging that last back line.
That's a good shot from Lauren Fendrick. Slow start. Oh no, the ball was out.
Yeah, the ball was way out right there. Trying to bang the ball down the line on the right side is a challenge, especially when you have 6'5" in your face. Fendrick needs to straighten that one out. Keep that one in.
Heather Bansley for Canada with service. 28-year-old from Toronto. Deep to Fendrick. Unable to get that little poke ball. April Ross. 6 clear Canada.
It's going to be a long match for Lauren Fendrick. You see April Ross getting very intense right now. She knows the level that needs to be played, and they're giving away free points. But every single serve is probably going to go the way of Lauren Fendrick. They're going to continue to test her because they know what April Ross can do, and they know how powerful she is.
Good shot from Fendrick and a valuable side out for the American duo.
That's a beautiful shot right there. Fendrick coming in, looking like she's going to hit, adjusting to make it a shot and pinpointing exactly where she wants to go.
Oh, what a start to this quarterfinal match Heather Bansley's having. Everything she hits, strikes or serves, seems to be putting points on the board.
Taking a look at the weather, 32 degrees Celsius, 90 degrees Fahrenheit, and 64% humidity. Look at the wind meter. It's not really clearing that 5 mile an hour. It's only at about 3.7, which is just a slight breeze. It's not going to affect the match much, but you always want that breeze coming into your face. That's considered the good side.
Flag stays down. 5-10.
Canada's really put themselves in a great position here in set number 1. Jumping all over Team USA early on. They've decided that they're going at Lauren Fendrick quite a bit. We saw Lauren Fendrick in the AVP Huntington Beach event get served almost exclusively, but she really stepped up to the plate to get the victory.
Good play by Sarah Pavan, 29 years of age, from Kitchener, Ontario. Tallest player not only on court, but tallest in the competition. 196 centimeters or 6 feet 5. Playing in her 31st tournament. It's her teammate, Heather Bansley, with service. Set from Ross. Here comes the finish. Great shot from Lauren Fendrick.
Lauren coming in from that right side. She has that ability to disguise her approach, looking like she's going to hit it cross court and then poking it line. A very effective shot. Beautiful hit. That set about 5 feet off the net. April would have liked it a little closer, but that shows and showcases her athleticism. Even if the set's not perfect for her, she still has the ability. She has such a big range in her offense.
Good service from Fendrick.
April Ross everywhere in the backcourt, anticipating, waiting. One thing she does so well is anticipate, learn players' tendencies on the other side of the net, know where their strengths are and what they want to do when the heat is on, and she just slides right into that angle and takes care of business.
Here is April Ross with service. Slowly but surely trying to claw their way back into this first set. The American duo serve is just a little too long. Canada stay 4 points clear. 12-8. With Sarah Pavan going to the back of the court to serve.
So the Canadians, they'll continue to go to Lauren Fendrick. But the interesting thing is, watch how April Ross gets involved as much as possible. Even though she's not seeing the ball on serve reception, on defense, she's going to put her stamp on this match somehow in some way. She seems to do it every single time when the opposition tries to take her out of it.
The total point score at 21, a technical timeout. Small break for the players. And Dane, I want to chat just a little bit more about the players on court for the United States of America, with their original players missing it out with injury. Kerry Walsh-Jennings, three-time the Olympic gold medalist. She's just had a shoulder operation, but we're told she's on the way back. And it seems to be the same story with Brooke Sweet. How long will these two stay together?
Well, you just don't know, but it's interesting that both their former partners had shoulder surgery. Of course, very well documented. Kerry Walsh-Jennings dislocated her shoulder twice this year, played basically with one hand, the left hand, in Long Beach and also in Rio. But after Rio, she got that surgery taken care of, and she is on the mend and healing right now. Brooke Sweat also got her right shoulder cleaned up a little bit, so she's on hiatus and on the mend as well. Kerry Walsh plans to come back, and she will reunite with April Ross, and they will make a run at the Rio Olympics. But you better believe Lauren Fendrick wants to really stake her claim here and let April know if she is needed for some reason or another, that this could be a really good choice for April.
Showing the strength, depth and quality of American beach volleyball from both the men's and of course the women's perspective. But here's the Canadians turning the pressure, piling the pressure on the USA. 13-9. Still in control of the first part of this opening set.
You know what it was? It was those first 5 points. Canada jumped down to a 5-0 lead, and basically it's been played even ever since. But it's hard to erase digging yourself out of a 5-0 hold. Here's April putting her stamp on it. You see how she's not getting served, but yet she has the ability to go over on two and make sure that she gets involved. A beautiful poke shot. Here's the pass, perfect pass by Lauren Fendrick, and then the poke shot by April Ross, too quick for Bansley to run down.
April Ross with service for the United States of America. The gap now just down to 3. Oh, great block at the net from Lauren Fendrick. Bansley is this time on the attack. Oh, cross court, flag stay down. Canada open up the gap to 4 again.
Seems like just when the Americans are getting some traction, the Canadians, they step it up a notch, and they've been able to keep this cushion. The question is, can they get to 21 in time before the Americans start chopping into this lead?
Pavan with service. Going over on 2, works for a second time of asking for the United States of America.
April saying, I'm going to take this into my own hands. This is the second time we've seen her go over on 2. This one, fortunately for her, clips the net and trickles over the net and in the court. Nothing Canada can do on that one.
Oh, that's a disappointing serve for Lauren Fendrick.
Not sure what she's trying there, trying to go short, but that one not even close. She has to be careful there, because their number of opportunities are becoming very limited here in set number 1.
Heather Bansley, who's got some impressive service stats against her name in this first set. Again, powerful and deep to USA. Oh, Fendrick's put that ball out of play. 16-11. Canada now 5 clear.
Yeah, Lauren Fendrick's approach is not straight enough on the right side. She's coming in at an angle, and when you're a right side player and you're right-handed, you gotta come in straight because it's too hard to turn that ball down the line without making an error.
Good shot from Fendrick. The Californians from the US need to dig deep here. Side switch.
And don't forget, if you take your pictures out there, please use the official hashtag squats. WG Finals USA.
It's a nice poke shot by Lauren Fendrick. And now the Canadians, they'll go to the side that has the breeze right in their face, so that's considered a little bit of the better or good side, we'll call it. Not too strong of a wind, but you want to have it in your face. Oh, that's what you can't do. You cannot allow the close balls to watch them hit the line. You have to play the close one. I don't care if you think it's out. If it's close, I mean, she makes a decision very early that she's not going to pass that ball, and that's why she ends up getting aced. Just take that ball, be sure of it, and control your own destiny.
April Ross goes for another. Good save from Bansley, who looks to finish it off for Canada. Does just that. 17-13, still maintaining that 4-point advantage.
Yeah, good bounce back right there by Heather Bansley. Very smart player, very composed, very scrappy. I love the way she plays. I love the way she lays it out. And remember, Heather Bansley's only 5'7". There it is again. What did I say? Do not let the close ones land. You got to play them if they're close. Control your own destiny. So we've seen the Canadians do it. Now we see Lauren Fendrick do it.
And that could be the point that puts pay to the Americans' chances of staying in this first set. Sarah Pavan to serve again. 5 points clear. 18-13 for Canada. Serves it to Fendrick. Now on the attack. Pavan blocks at the net perfectly. She hasn't had the best of blocking games just yet, but she finds it just when they need it.
Fendrick is really getting the pressure put on her right now. The Canadians are targeting her. They're going at her each and every time, and they are having a lot of success with scoring points. Not sure what April Ross needs to do to take a little of the pressure off, but here the set is a little bit too tight, and maybe that ball should be covered by April Ross, but I'll tell you what, you can see the frustration right there. Can't allow that easy block to come off without being covered. Remember, it is hot out there. Steamy, humid. The players, yeah, they are getting a little bit tired. Remember, this is the second set for both of them. Looking at the side-out attempts for Team USA, 19, and for Team Canada, 11. Only 58% successful side-out rate. They need to raise that to around 80, 85 to make sure they're going to get a win. The Canadian at 64%, just 6% more, but that 6% has been just enough, and the Canadians are winning the broken plays. That's given them this 6-point advantage.
April Ross sets the ball for Fendrick.
Like that hit right there. Fendrick being assertive, being aggressive, going right at Heather Bansley and getting the kill. You know, Lauren Fendrick, her best finish in an FIVB event is a 4th place. If she could win this and catapult herself to the final, she would assure a career best finish on the FIVB World Tour.
But that lovely little shot from Sarah Pavan of Canada gives the Canadians a set ball here. Again, a great shot Tallest player on the court, tallest in the competition. Very rarely he's going to miss something like that, taking full advantage. And Heather Bansley looks to wrap up the first set in the style that she opened it. Good service right down the middle. Going over on two, not successful for the Americans. Bansley finishes it up, and the first set has gone 21-15 to Canada. Team USA will need to play better than that if they're to stop the Canadians advancing to the semis. They must win the next set.
That was absolutely beautiful by Pavan. She touches the block, controls it, then lays it out. 6'5", that's not easy, and puts up a nice set for Bansley, who puts it away. But they dominated in that first set. The damage was done at 5-0, and they just continued to keep that lead throughout.
So save the date. Saturday, October 31st and Sunday, November 1st. Bring the kids. Admission and parking are free.
Well, that's expected to start.
Also, let's not forget, Nelson Bank for Rosetta Stone. Romero Brito. Mikasa. Of course. And right here, Swatch People FIVB World Tour Finals.
Well, the perfect start for the Canadians in this second quarterfinal.
Check out the serve stats right here. Serves in, the United States putting 80% of their serves in, and they are actually scoring 33% of the time. The problem is on their reception. When they're receiving serve, they're giving up so many points. That's what's thrown things really out of whack. So taking care of business when they're serving, but not when they're receiving.
Number 2. First serve, Avery Ross.
Second set, United States of America to serve. This is April Ross. Big power serve, but going on the second ball is good enough to give Canada the first point in this second set. They've already wrapped up the first, remember. The pressure really on the American duo of April Ross and Lauren Fendrick out of California. The USA, they really do need to find a new momentum and focus here. Here's Heather Bansley with service. So impressive in the early part of the first set, looking to do the same in the second. Better play from Lauren Fendrick, who has been targeted throughout most of this match by the Canadian team.
That time she came out, passed the ball really well, came in patiently, put that ball over the top of the block. That's what she's going to have to be. Very consistent here in set number 2. Not give up any runs of points.
Oh, good play by the Americans. 2-1 ahead.
Smart play. Great put away by Lauren Fendrick right there. She comes in, look at this touch on the block, puts it up. April gives her a decent set, calls line, but Lauren goes angle, and it's good enough for the point. So a much better start already here in set number 2 for the Americans. Remember, they started down 5-0 in set 1 and could never dig themselves out of the hole.
Great shot from Heather Bansley to level the scores at 2 apiece.
Remember, Bansley 5'7", going up against the 6'1" Lauren Fendrick. So for all you shorter players out there playing indoor, you don't have to be stuck in the back court. On the beach, you can play just as equal to the 6'5" player, and she plays big, Heather Bansley does. At 5'7", she moves well, plays great defense. Great at volleyball IQ. Look at that dig.
Right on cue. But April Ross shows her class quality. I like the way April Ross stays calm when it starts to get very, very busy out there on the court. And whilst Bansley's possibly picking up the save or dig of the match so far, April Ross stays calm and cool and puts the ball down on the sand for the Americans to pick up the point and take the lead 3-2. And it is April Ross for the USA with service. Serving Pavan, who's now on the attack for Canada. Left hand. Beautiful save from April Ross. Oh, but again, that height factor for Sarah Pavan. Remember, she's 6'5", 196 centimeters. Tallest female player in the competition. and coming in very handy indeed. She didn't have to jump that far, just reach to block that ball down and level the scores at 3-all. Heather Bansley with service for Canada. Deep to Fendrick, struggles to receive. But no problems on the attack for Lauren Fendrick, the 33-year-old from Hermosa Beach, California.
That was a pretty attack right there. Like you said, she had trouble receiving serve, but April put up a great set, and then Lauren came in and absolutely blasted that ball across court. I'd like to see that kind of a hit when they're in system. Seems like she steps it up a notch when they're out of system. Bring that kind of fire in system, and they'll be in real good shape.
Fendrick serves to Bansley. Bansley now on the attack for Canada. Blocked at the net by Fendrick. Great play from the USA. Canada attack again. Goes over the top. Great defense from April Ross, but again, just standing there with the hands high, blocking out the light and the angles, gives Canada another point score and levels the score at 4 apiece.
Such an advantage when you're 6'5", as Sarah Pavan is. And what's impressed me is seeing her improvement over this season. She's traditionally an indoor player, playing on the beach only for a couple years. Finally had a good off season this year to train, and you're seeing the results because she's moving so well at 6'5", and she's blocking so many of the hits. She's causing nightmares for the opposition.
April Ross serves to Bansley. Pavan with the set, and Bansley with the side out for Canada, 5-all. Good play from both teams, no question, in this second set, but let's not forget the Canadians have the first 21-15. America needs to change up a gear at some point in the challenge here.
I thought the U.S. played pretty equal once they got down 5-0 in the first one, but they could never erase the deficit. They didn't start in a hole this time, so that's why we're dead even.
Oh, a good point there for Canada.
Canada really playing solid. Their consistency has been elevated to a much higher level than we saw earlier in the season.
Dame, we've already seen the Canadians, of course, take the silver medal in the Porridge Major Series. They were 5th in the World Championships, a bronze medal in the Gstaad Switzerland Major Series. And again, oh! So close at the net. Pavan almost taking the Canadians clear, not quite. USA level the scores at 6-all.
Yeah, it's been quite a year for this team from Canada, as you were mentioning, getting that second in Porridge. They also got a second in the Prague Open earlier in the year, that being an open, but the major series event in Porridge, that was huge.
Oh, good little ball there, pokey over the top from Heather Bansley. They stand out so much, the Canadian team. Heather, one of the smallest players in the competition, and of course Sarah, one of the tallest players in the competition, but they're blending and learning to work so well as a double act. It's Pavan with service. And a costly service error, frustrating service error for the Canadians. Side switch at 7-all.
As I said, Pavan is a traditionally indoor player. She played 4 years at Nebraska. She was an All-American all 4 years. That's only happened 3 other times. Bev Oden did it, Logan Tom did it, and Carrie Walsh did it in college. Only 4 players in the history have been All-Americans all 4 years, and she's one of the best international opposites. Like I said, she picked up beach just a couple years ago. Now she's making her name on the beach, and she is going to probably represent Canada in the Olympics. I mean, she is the top team right now, so there's no question about it. But what a career by Sarah Pavan.
Here's April Ross on the attack for the USA, reading the court very nicely, leveling the scores at 8-all. a call for the cross-court spike from the Canadian to be out. And the referee agrees with the American team.
We're going to challenge it. April Ross threw up the hand to challenge it. And I'm not sure. Oh, now they are calling that ball out of bounds. So the Team USA ended up getting it without having to call a challenge. I'm surprised Canada didn't challenge that.
I agree. Here's Bansley. Off the fingertips of Fendrick.
Yeah,
leveling the scores at 9 each.
Yeah, we haven't had it in this match yet, but the FIVB is testing a new challenge system where each team gets 2 challenges. If they're unsuccessful on 2, they run out of them. But if you challenge and you are successful, you still retain your challenge. And there's certain things. Whoa, look at that block and covered, but Team USA cannot make it happen. What I was saying is that you can only challenge certain things. The ball being in or out, the ball touching the antenna, or a player touching the antenna, or the net, and also a touch or no touch on a player, or a foot fault. Those are the things that can be challenged. It goes to instant replay, and the referees review it and come up with their decision. It's been working fabulous here today on center court. Wouldn't you agree, Nick?
I totally agree. 10 all. There is no question that the Canadians are still keeping their confidence high here. The heat is on. April Ross and Lauren Fendrick. Very evenly matched quarterfinal.
Nice roll shot right there over the block. These 2 teams really playing even. I mean, the only difference we saw was that run of points early on in set number 1 that gave the Canadians a lead, and then the teams basically played point for point from that point on. The Canadians winning that one 21-15, and here in the second set, the Americans decided not to put themselves in a hole, and they've been going back and forth, keeping this one close. It's going to be up to the team that really changes gear in the end. Let's take a listen.
I'm doubling you line. Like, yeah, there's not going to be one more than a hanging goal. If she's outside, then I'm in. That is the last time.
Here a look at the kills and the blocks. Pavan with 6 blocks to Team USA, having 0. 20 kills for USA, 17 kills for the Canadians. But the big story is Pavan at the net, getting those blocks at very opportune times. But it's only resulted in a 1-point lead here in set number 2.
At America's backyard.
Plenty of support for Lauren Fendrick and April Ross here. Canada with the service. Bansley serving Fendrick. Now Fendrick on the attack. And the block this time unsuccessful for Sarah Pavan. 11 all.
Pavan up a little bit late there, but got to give a lot of credit to Lauren Fendrick. She likes to go inside out. Look how she's torquing that ball down the line. It's a risky play. And yet another ball trying to serve short and serving that out.
Immediately gives the point back to Canada on the service error.
Bansley all over it, and there's the kill cross court. The 5'7" Bansley getting up big on her vertical leap, noticing no one at the net, and then slicing it sharp angle for the kill. I'm very impressed by her play. Look at her get up, really extending. She gets everything out of that approach. Still clips the top of the net, but the ball has plenty of pace to still get the kill.
Pavan with service for Canada. It's a good serve from Sarah Pavan. And Pavan returns to the bench as the Americans call a timeout. Trailing by 2. Remember, Canada have already taken the first set and US in the second. We'll see Canada advance to the semis, and the American duo of Lauren Fendrick and April Ross in their first international match as a team will go out, be knocked out in this, the second quarterfinal in the women's competition.
Yeah, they've had a really great tournament, and they are still alive and well. Let's take a look at the comparison here between Lauren Fendrick and Heather Bansley. Service attempts, Bansley 20. Service aces, she's had 2, and service errors 0. Fendrick with 13 less, she's got less attempts, just 1 ace and 3 errors. So those short serves that are ending up in the net are giving Canada that free side out opportunity. Interesting looking at those two players from the service line.
Sarah Pavan with service for Canada. Serving to Lauren Fendrick. Looks a little deep. The flag goes up.
And that ball is in.
No, the referee. Yeah, the referee overcalls the linesman. Or no?
Yeah, no complaint either by Canada. They're not going to challenge it the other way. Should be a point for the U.S., and it is. Tough serve results in a point, getting the Canadian duo out of system. It's very costly right there, and that's April Ross putting her stamp on it. Once again, putting the opposition in trouble.
April Ross with service for the USA, looking to level the scores if successful here. Deep and fast to Bansley, who's now on the attack for Canada. Oh, it's the first mistake we've seen from Bansley at the net. And that allows the Americans to tie the scores at 14 all. Side switch.
Great playing by the U.S., putting pressure. April knows she needs to step it up. That's why she's putting some extra pressure on the Canadians. This is going to be a jump serve, probably down the middle.
Pavan sets it up for Bansley. Reads the court perfectly. Canada take the lead. Key side out for Team Canada, 15-14, 1 point clear. Bansley goes to the back of court to serve. She's been serving exceptionally well throughout this quarterfinal match. Oh, April Ross thought about leaving that one. And is that good? Point for the USA, 15 all.
I think we might get a challenge on this one. Oh, it is close. It is close. They can call a challenge, and I think they will challenge this one. The ball mark from my angle looks like
Canada ball in.
Looks like
ball
it's
out.
in the court. That ball mark looks pretty close to the line. They're looking at it right now, and they're saying to themselves, this ball is out of bounds. Let's see if we can see on the replay where this ball lands. Extremely close. They're gonna have a challenge. Here's their official review. That ball is out of bounds. It lands. It looks like some of the sand splashes, but that ball is definitely out of bounds. A great challenge by Canada, and once again the call gets called correctly. The challenge has really worked really well every single time, and that was as close as it gets, I'll tell you, because the ball mark looked in from where, I mean, we're way up here looking at it. It looked in. You can't challenge a challenge. I think Lauren Fendrick was trying to challenge, but the ruling has already been made.
Just waiting for the scoreboard to be changed, because it should then read, if Canada's challenge is successful, they'll go 2 clear of the United States of America at 16-14. Right now, the scoreboard is showing 15 all.
I love that Team USA is trying to challenge the challenge.
That's not in the rule book, I'm afraid.
I mean, what do they want them to look at? They're going to look at the same shot, right?
16-14. Scoreboard is now a successful challenge from Team Canada. They draw 2 clear of the Americans. You can see why this is such a crucial point in the second set. Canada now looking to extend their lead, take the second set, and they will be in the semi-finals of the Swatch Beach Volleyball FIVB World Tour Finals. Bansley serves it to Fendrick once again. Now Lauren Fendrick on the attack, over the fingertips of Pavan. Now she puts it down, and 17-14. The Americans are in trouble here. Canada are 3 clear.
And Fendrick yelling at the ref right now. I'm not sure for what. She's getting a yellow card actually right now. She must have said something to the head referee, but Team USA is upset. Of course, that ball being called out of bounds, they didn't like it. But it was a challenge, and they looked at it. There was nothing more they could look at.
Bansley serves, this time to April Ross. April Ross now on the attack for the USA. Cross court, it's deep, and inside. 15-17. The American ladies will not give this one up without a fight, and they need to dig deep and fight hard, Dave.
Yeah, and they need to use that anger and really focus it and push it to their advantage. Whenever you get a bad call, you can either let it send you the wrong direction or help you get a little bit closer to your goal. And they need to funnel this energy right now and use it against Canada. Nice touch.
Oh, little miscommunication between the Americans. 18-15 to Canada, 3 clear. Remember, they take the second set. They're heading to the semi-finals, and the American girls are out of the competition. 3 points adrift. It's crucial now for Fendrick and April Ross to bring their A game to the closing points in this second set. April Ross sets it up for teammate Fendrick. Smashes it down onto the head of Pavan. That's the kind of aggressions that the Americans need to show, Dave.
Yeah, really big hit. I like that hit by Lauren Fendrick. Really aggressive, going right at Sarah Pavan, hitting her right off the top of the head. And that's the aggression that you need to take to that next level. But right now, the pressure is all on the United States because Canada just 3 points away from sealing this up. The Americans have to make something happen right now.
33-year-old from California, April Ross serves to Bansley. Bansley now on the attack for Canada. It's a little tip ball over the top. Oh, now Canada, 19-16, 3 clear. Remember, first team to 21, but you must be 2 points clear as we switch sides with Canada and the USA.
A lot of pressure on the Americans. You gotta believe that Canada will continue to serve Lauren Fendrick right now, so the spotlight is on her, taking care of business. Here we go.
Bansley to Kendrick. Fendrick on the attack. Oh, what a dig by the Canadian. Can she finish it? Great save from April Ross. Pavan now on the attack for Canada. And it is there. It is match point for Canada.
I can't believe after that dig by April that I thought Lauren would try to poke that ball. It goes clear over the net, and Pavan doesn't even flinch when she passes it perfectly. And they really take advantage of an opportunity right there. I'll tell you what, Canada playing a very high level.
This could be the big upset of the competition so far. The number 3 seeds from Canada looking to put the American number 1 seeds out in the quarterfinal. Bansley with service to Fendrick. It has to go over on 2 for America. Pavan sets for Bansley. And it's there. It's game to Canada. It's all over for America. What a brilliant performance. 2-0 for Heather Bansley and Sarah Pavan. 21-15 in the first set, 21-16 in the second. The number 1 seeds are out of the women's competition in the Swatch Beach Volleyball FIVB World Tour Finals.